Welcome back to my channel. I don't know what just happened there. Frog in my throat. I'm not very well, that's why. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Leah and I received this lovely Pat McGrath Labs versus Bridgerton versus, no, it's not a competition, times Bridgerton. It is a collection. This is the blush palette. So I actually received everything from the collection and I wanted to dupe out the blush palette. I've seen a lot of people doing the eyeshadow palette. This is Love at First blush. There's 3 blushes in here, 2 from her actual permanent collection and then a highlighter called Venus Nectar. I don't know if this is available or not, but these 2 are definitely available permanently. So I looked at this and thought, you know what, this is, I mean, I only ordered this because I knew that the colours would be right up my alley. So I thought, I wonder if there are stuff in my current collection that is similar to these. Because the first thing I said, if you'd have seen my video, the first thing I said was that this highlighter reminded me of Champagne Pop. So I wanted to show you that. I wanted to show you some of the swatches, how they look, what I think, and actually if I've got anything, if I have anything in my collection, and I'll talk to you about what my thought process was. So I have my whole collection of blushes, blush palettes, and highlighters. I don't own loads because I stopped buying them after a while and I've got a lot of old ones, so my apologies, I don't actually have a lot of new blushes, but hopefully you've got these in your collection. That's what I was thinking, maybe people still have them like me. So I'm going to start off with the shade, excuse me, my nails are a bit long. I'm going to start off with the shade Cherish, which is this beautiful, lovely pinky, pink, it's a bright pink with a hint of peach. So this is what that blush looks like. Oh, I've got something on my hand. Well, that was fun. Right, let me just, that did not swatch out how I wanted it to swatch out. Okay, there it is, that pinky shade there. I'm just going to double swatch it for you because I want you to get the full colour. I can never open this palette. So funny. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so that is the shade there, Cherish. So I went through all of my collection and I don't believe that I have anything that is exactly the same, but I do have some colours that would give me the same vibe. So I'm starting with the Love Flush palette. So if you've got any of the Love Flushes from Too Faced, this is the one where you've got all 6 of the shades in one palette, which I love. I've used it so much. And at first I thought maybe it'd be one of these 2, but actually the one that fits closest is probably this one, which is Your Love is King. And this does, although it is more purple, I think you're going to get a similar look with it. So I'm just going to place this next to it. It's a bit deeper, but if you put it on with a light hand, that is, I'm flipping you off. That's bad, isn't it? That's going to be a similar shade. It's not identical, but it's quite similar. This is a lot lighter, this is darker and a bit more purple. And then the other colour that I thought was going to be close-ish that I have is, let me just check what I've got here. I can't remember what I chose now. Oh yes, that's it. It was in the Saharan Blush Volume 2. And the shade Sola, although it has got a shimmer to it, is a good shade match. So I'm just going to put that. It's very pigmented, but it's got the same sort of pink tone underneath. This is gorgeous, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're looking for a sheeny blush, this has got like a gold sheen on top. And I actually think that it's really just as nice as this. So although they're not the same colours, I don't have anything identical, that's for sure. And I tried all the blushes that I have. They are the shades that I picked for this blush. So if you wanted something similar, you will get, because you're not going to use a heavy hand like this, are you? You are going to sheer it out. So let's just, I'm just going to sheer these out a little bit at the bottom, just to see how similar they are in tone. And I do believe, yeah. I mean, if you look at, you can't really see, but they're so similar. They're going to sheer out really lovely on the skin. They're going to give the same sort of look. So if you've got any of those shades already, and you won't want to spend a fortune on a blush palette, and don't get me wrong, they are beautiful blushes. The formula is absolutely incredible. They're soft, they're blendable. You know, if you're worried about, well, if you wanted to get the formula, then go ahead and buy it. But the colour, nothing completely unique when you know, put it on the cheeks, if that's the look you were going for. Okay, so I thought Nymphette was going to be harder, but a lot of the shades that I've got in my collection are similar. And the reason, I will show you. So this is Nymphette, and it's like a neutral rose. Excuse me. This has got a bit of a sheen to it as well. This one is, it's not a matte blush. That one is. This one is a bit more of a satin blush. So this is Nymphette. It looks like that on my finger. I'm going to try and get a heavy swatch because I want it to show the colour. So it's got a peach undertone to it. It's a rosy peach, I would say. Is that even a thing? So this is Nymphette. It's so pretty. This is definitely a shade that I would use every single day. And the funny thing is there's a few that I thought would be an exact match. They're not. They're slightly different. This is the Master Blush Colour and Highlighting Kit from Maybelline. I've had this for years. It's still wonderful. And I thought this shade would be quite similar. And in the pans, let me just show them together. Because I thought in the pans, they do look quite similar. I mean, this whole palette actually isn't far off this. So can you see in the pans, they look quite similar. The pink is very different. That's so they didn't compare. But the Nymphette and this one, has it got a name? Just blush. It's just called Blush. And then actually the highlighters are slightly similar as well, but not exactly the same. So I will swatch this one next to that one. There is a big difference, although, is there a big difference? Maybe not. I think you're going to get the same sort of look. So that's those two together. Look, they're so similar. They really are. This is maybe a bit pinker and this one is definitely a bit peachier. But again, like the other one, swatched out, they are very similar. Nymphette does have a gold tone to it when you like get it into the light. So that's maybe the biggest difference. Not big enough for me though. And this is actually one of my favourite blush palettes. Look, I've barely made a dent in it. I love this. It's beautiful. That shade in particular is actually one of my favourites. So I think that's why I was automatically drawn to this. However, I did find a really good match, and it's a MAC blush. And it comes from, wow, this is an old collection. I wonder if you remember this. This is the Nutcracker Suite. This was one of my favourite Christmas collection. Peach Face Sweet Nutcracker Suite Peach Face Compact. And there was two blushes in here. No, there's a blush and a highlight. You've got the Tutu Extra Dimension Skin Finish and then the At Dusk Extra Dimension Blush. And this, although it's a more of a matte blush, is much closer to Nymphette in colour. I could barely tell the difference. Yes, I mean, really, I've just put that in a really odd place. So that is the MAC blush, and so that's At Dusk, and that is Nymphette. And the shades, to me, are so similar. I have put that in such an odd place. I put it right on the knuckle. I don't know why I did that. But you can see there. Those three, they've got, again, similar looks to them. And to me, if you've got these in your collection, then you don't really need to go anywhere else. However, let me just go through a few others that I thought were close, but they weren't exactly the same. Rockateur is close. I nearly hit pan on this. It's got that sort of peachy, rosy shade. I think that's why a lot of people like this. It's close, but it's a lot more peachy. sorry, I'm just going to go through the blushes, and I feel like I'm not going to give you exactly what you need. And then we've got, which was the other? Oh yes, I bought this cookie blusher from Etude House. I think it was from Yes Style, and I like these a lot. These are really pretty, and I thought this was a similar shade. This one here. This one is called Lovely, oh, Pink Brownie. So it's got that sort of rosy shade again, and that goes, these are a bit powdery. That goes there again, similar shade, not exactly the same. That is the original shade. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. So a similar shade, and when you play with that on your face, I can't imagine that there'd be much difference. And then I think I had one other, I can't remember if it was in here. No, I have a feeling that was it. Oh no, I did. It's in the Love Blush palette again. So this Love Flush, it was the shade Love Hangover. So I felt like that again was very, very similar in shade to Nymphette. So I'm just going to put that in the top. Yeah. So slightly different. There it is here. So there's Nymphette and there's that. These are matte blushes. I didn't get a lot with a sheen on them. None of them have got that gold sheen. So of course it is very much a unique shade in that sense. But once you've, you know, blended it out on the cheeks, the colour is more or less there. So that was where I went with Nymphette. And I think the closest ones are definitely the Maybelline and the MAC ones. I think they're the closest. But if you have Rockateur and you love it, and you weren't sure about Nymphette, then you probably would like it. And vice versa, if you've got Nymphette and you thought you might want to buy it but don't want to spend that much, or if you didn't have it and you love the colour, Rockauteur's a good replacement, although that's expensive. Or the Maybelline one. It's a shame it doesn't have a colour. I must apologise because I am feeling quite unwell today, but I really wanted to show you this. Okay, so the thing that really prompted this was the highlighter, and I have so many highlighters. There is a theme here. I seem to like peachy highlighters because I went through all my sorry, I went through all my collection and so many of them are peachy highlighters. So I am going to swatch this shade Venus Nectar, and I know that there is one that comes the closest, and it's not the one I thought it was. So I'm just going to put that in the middle here. So this is Venus Nectar. It's actually quite a deep highlighter. It doesn't look it in the pan, but when you swatch it on the hand, it's quite deep. I thought it was a dupe for, oh, look at this old thing. Do you remember this? Jaclyn Hill and Becca Champagne Pop. So there's Champagne Pop there. And what's the other one called? Is it Prosecco Pop? Yeah. Prosecco Pop on this side, Champagne Pop on this one. And for some reason, I think it was when I was just looking at them in the pan, they just looked really similar. So I'm just going to show you them in the pan together and you'll see why I made that comparison. So there's the two. They do look, sorry, they do look quite similar. However, I was wrong because this is Champagne Pop. I'm just going to swatch that side by side, and Champagne Pop is much lighter and it's much more pale skin friendly. I mean, it isn't for the fair skinned, but it's certainly less likely to, there on my skin, I'm light skin toned, so that, I mean, it's like the Champagne Pop for deeper skin tones. However, there was one that I have that I thought was a much better dupe. Again, it is a Becca one. I know Becca no longer exists, so this is almost futile. But just in case you've got it, this is a just in case. Now I've lost it, so this is oh great. This is a great start. Where's it gone? There it is. So it's Becca once again. I've got a little sample of it because I don't really use it. This is Opal, okay? And this, I think, is a much better match. So this is Opal. It is a lot darker. It's a better match, but it's not, again, identical. It's a much more gold shade. It hasn't got that peach undertone, but it's the same deepness in terms of highlighter. Look at all these are actually really beautiful. Champagne Pop, I forgot how stunning that was. Yeesh, I think I'm gonna have to play with that again. So that's Opal. It's very similar. I do have some others that also were similar but weren't quite the same. So Peachy is my jam, right? I love a peach. I love a peach highlighter. So I think actually, I went in with this one, which is, what shade are you now? Rose Spritz. And I feel like that had a real vibe to it that was similar. No, I'm wrong. That's literally a peachy blush. Okay, Leah, well done. That does not belong in this swatch party. No, it wasn't that then. What was it? I feel like it was a blush, but it wasn't a blush. Oh, hold on. Is it in this one? Yes, it was this one. Here we go. It was Zoba. That was it. I'm sure this was it. I'm sure this was the one. No, that also does not belong there. Does it? No, but that looks very, very similar to Nymphette with the gold. Oh, maybe that one was Nymphette. That. Right, let's just take a second, because I feel like that is a dupe for Nymphette, and I didn't even spot that. I'm just gonna swatch this again on my hand, because it does have a gold sheen. That would be weird if I just found that out. Oh yeah. Okay, no, you've got a lot more gold going on there. But I mean, they're not that far off. Sheared out. They're not far off. You get a lot more gold in the Juvias Place one. But so similar, really. I mean, they're really similar. Anyway, let's carry on with with finding a dupe for this in my collection. I think we're not going to find one. I believe I didn't find one. I do have, because I was like, I don't really have many dark highlighters, because I do tend to steer towards the ones that are fair girl friendly. I do have my Mimi, which is the, got a little price on it because I was going to try and sell it, but then I didn't sell it because I love it so much, because Mariah Carey. I do have this. So this is the Mariah Carey one that came out at Christmas a few years ago. And I don't think that this is quite the same. It's more coppery, but again, it's just too dark for me. I just kept it because it's Mariah Carey. It's not far off, actually. Sheared out, I bet they're not going to be that dissimilar. But, yeah, it's not quite the same. Sorry. Then I thought maybe the Doll Beauty Pretty Little Glow. I thought that might be it. But I think this is much more golden. And it is, I can see already. It's far too gold, that one, with a pink undertone, pink shift, which is there. And I don't think I found anything else. I mean, look at these oldies, Blushing Hearts. These were my favourites, by the way. Okay, so I thought this shade here at the bottom might be a good dupe, because it's peachy, it's golden, but it's far too peach. So that doesn't really go. It's not the same. It's more of an orange. It's not peach. So I thought, is that the reason? Also, one of my favourites. Honestly, I haven't used this for so long. I've used it today. And I blooming love these. These are so nice. This is the Blushing Hearts. Is it pink? Iced Hearts. I thought this might be it. It's just a bit too golden again. I've not got any room anymore. Yeah. Too gold, too pink, not quite right. But can I just say, if you ever doubted Revolution Beauty and you never picked up any of these back in the day, these are still some of my favourite highlighters. They're so peachy and beautiful. If you like that pinky. Anyway, going off tangent. I have a beautiful highlighter from Chanel. And I thought that might be the same. No, it's peachy, and it's, do you know what? It's beautiful. It's so glittery. Chanel are not very good at highlighters, I can tell you that. This was a good match. So, this is an e.l.f. Baked Blush. I don't know the colour. I've had this in my collection for so long, I couldn't tell you what shade it is. And I couldn't tell you anything about it. Look at it. I've had it for so long, but it's still the same. This is a baked blush, and this might be the one that's it's not the closest. Yeah, actually it is quite close. This might be the closest one. I'm gonna, do you know what? I'm gonna wipe them off and I'm gonna start again so you can see. This one is more fair girl friendly, so if you're looking for a similar shade and you have fair skin but you want that sort of peachy glow, it has got a similar undertone. It's just got a lot less of the deeper base. Let me just wipe that off. Okay, so this is Venus Nectar. We'll try it again. I'm really sorry about these sniffles. I'm so sorry. Right, so there is Venus Nectar once again. And this is this, I don't even know what colour it is. It's not helpful at all, I know. It's a baked blush. Really smooth, by the way, just so you know. This is the oh yeah, you're close. There's the one. That is deeper, but it is a similar tone. They're very similar. This has got a silver in it, I think. That's why it doesn't look as deep. Well done, e.l.f. By the way, if you've never seen these baked blushes by e.l.f., these must have been out 8 years ago. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? But it's still good. Like, it's not dry whatsoever. Don't shoot the messenger. We also have Oldie But a Goodie. Soft and Gentle. This is not the right shade. This is far too light. This is not going to be the same shade. Okay. Yeah, that's too light. I love Soft and Gentle, but it's just the wrong shade. That's not working at all, is it? So that's a no. I'm trying to get it off now. Does anybody remember that one? That's an oldie. And then I thought I would try the Natasha Denona Bronze Cheek. And there's this shade here. I thought that might be a good dupe. If I can actually pick anything up. I think it's because my finger's wet. Let's try again. Hello. What? There isn't anything actually coming off of my finger. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, it's a slightly more golden colour, but it is similar. That was weird. That did not want to, maybe it's just my fingers. Maybe it doesn't like that. Superglow Nude. That's what that one is. It's quite nice, actually. Didn't even notice. Isn't it funny when you go through your collection and you're just like, oh, I've got really nice things. So, I think the closest we've got is the e.l.f. one and maybe Opal. I think they are the closest if you're looking for that colour. It is unique to my collection. I'm not saying it's I've not done an exhaustive collection of things because I don't have lots of things. But I just wanted to say that I have managed to find things that are similar, that will work. And I didn't actually need this. I only really have it because of the case. I will say, if you do manage to find this Master Blush palette, again, I don't even know if they sell it anymore. If they do, well worth it, because I think that although it's not direct dupes, I think these have got the potential to be, you know, something really beautiful. And they are actually really, although they're subtle, they're really pretty. I think this is a really good blush quartet that would give you similar looks to that of this one. And they are very good blushes. So that would be my recommendation. If you're on a budget and you want a similar look to the Bridgerton one, you know, although that pink is slightly more purple than the one than Cherish, you're not far wrong with these 3 shades. You're not. So that would be my advice. If you have anything interesting to add to this video, if you found any blushes yourself or highlighters that are exactly the same as these in your collection, comment down below and help everybody else in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs down, but it does surprise me that you got this far in the video. And if you want to subscribe, please do, but you don't have to, but if you do, it would actually make my day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.